Who is Old Lady Narky? I did a video some time ago on Old Man Narky. Click here to watch that video. Old Lady Narky and Old Man Narky are two sides of the same coin. Both over 50 years old, which I don't think is very old, but still middle-aged. They might present ever so differently, but make no mistake, their behavior towards you and others is basically the same: toxic, hurtful, and damaging. They're sadists. Your pain is their pleasure. Old Lady Narky is all about looks. Not just physically, but how other people perceive her, of course. She needs to be around the beautiful people, and people that make her look good or that she can feel superior to. Old Man Narky does this too. She's into the hot water and lemon diet. She doesn't want to gain 1 pound. She exercises nonstop and is obsessed with her physical looks. I'm 100% for exercising and looking your best, but what I'm talking about is obsessive and shallow motivation. She loves tanning too. Tanning is a main priority, especially in the summer months. The sun is addictive, and of course, all narcissists have their addictions. Natural tanning or self-tanning, all good. She always has a tan. Often, she's the trophy wife of Old Man Narky. But in relationships, usually her partner walks 3 paces behind her, seldom walking alongside or hand in hand. She has to be in front. That's how she likes it. She could care less about your feelings, or anyone else's for that matter. She possesses no empathy, just like Old Man Narky. And when she's angry, she loves to rapidly and aggressively point her finger at you and tends to withhold affection and attention, while Old Man Narky tends to be aggressive and explosive. She uses neglect and guilt as a way to control, while Old Man Narky tends to use power and status as a means to control. She acts demure, as if nothing is ever her fault. She's very good at not taking responsibility for any drama she creates. Both Old Lady Narky and Old Man Narky seem to get their narcissistic supply from codependent individuals. Old Lady Narky tends to get her supply from her partner and her children. Her children are an extension of her, while Old Man Narky gets most of his supply from romantic partners and achievements. When you socialize with her, she only talks about herself, and you can barely get a word in edgewise. Or she's quietly dismissive, a covert Old Lady Narky, letting you talk, but not asking any inquisitive questions. She doesn't reciprocate, and then diverts the conversation back to herself. Also, she loves getting attention from any men in the room. Her friends' boyfriends or husbands, the waiters at the restaurant, or any other male staff anywhere. Giving her sexual energy away, usually dressed quite provocatively, she'll do anything for an ego boost and will throw anyone, especially any woman, under the bus in order to get that supply from men. She's very competitive, and competitive at the office too. Another thing to note is she will never say thank you. She could reach out to you for a favor, and you help her perhaps, pulling strings. Well, you'll never hear a thank you. That's for sure. She thinks she's entitled to your help and to special treatment. Narcissists are ingrates and egomaniacs. Never forget that. Oh, they put on a good show sometimes, being consummate actors that they are. But all they care about is themselves. There's little to no empathy and no reciprocity, just like Old Man Narky. Old Lady Narky sometimes lets you talk about yourself so she can get information about you, and then turns around and backstabs you. They are both huge energy drains. Covert Old Lady Narky acts demure, because of course everything is an act and she wears a mask. She's a real bitch under that mask, mean, manipulative, and hugely inconsiderate. And Mr. Nice Guy, Old Man Narky, same thing. He's a real controlling, nasty bastard under his mask. If you confront Old Lady Narky, she loves to just shrug her shoulders and say, "I don't know, I wasn't involved. I had nothing to do with it." Often just like spineless Old Man Narky. Never taking any responsibility for anything, always trying to appear as the innocent one. Yet Old Lady Narky butts into plans, and often tries to spin her web of confusion, trying to change plans, let's say for one fellow Narky who can't make it the day of the party. For instance, fellow Narky can't make it on Saturday, the day of the party, but the rest of the group can. "Could we change the plans for that one person?" she says. And if you're a super empath, the answer is emphatically no. She loves to shrug her shoulders saying, "Well, I tried," and taking no responsibility for any bullshit she creates. And loves embarrassing you and puts you on the spot when you make a boundary and say no. She always has to appear as the nice lady, which is a huge manipulative ploy. She suffers from the same rigid, dysfunctional thought patterns that Old Man Narky does. After you are around her for a while, her inability to connect on a meaningful level with you and others is striking and apparent. She loves to talk about nothing, just like Old Man Narky. They're shallow. There's no depth there. They show absolutely no vulnerability and will never open up to you, and of course can never admit any shortcomings and can't be wrong about anything. If you bring up any concerning issues to Old Lady Narky, she will change the subject. She loves riding the middle, never taking a side. This ensures her nice lady fake persona. Old Lady Narky and Old Man Narky indeed work under similar dynamics, being sneaky, manipulative, and pathological liars too. Old Lady Narky is desperate to be popular and loves to always be busy. She's not spontaneous. She's super controlling about her time, and everything needs to be on her terms. Sound familiar? She loves her time to be totally taken up with activities because she's terrified of downtime, terrified of the silence that points to the pathetic truth of her life, that people can barely stand her because she's so manipulative and devious. And that includes her family. Her family usually keeps her at arm's length, too. And she's scratching her head as to why. She's always the victim. And she's a miserable person, just obnoxious and a big phony. She's a real piece of work. The thing is, we are culturally programmed. It's getting better, but men and women are socialized differently. Women are supposed to be nice and not make waves. Research indicates that if girls are playing a game and there is a conflict, the girls will stop the game in order to save the relationship. Not so with boys. Boys know the rules of the game, and when they don't play by the rules, they are called out and told to play by the rules. It's very clear-cut. This is a big difference, and most male narcissists play by the rules, don't they? Their rules. The truth buries both Old Lady and Old Man Narky. If you speak your truth, the truth always wins, because the truth energetically vibrates at a much higher frequency than lies do. Work on yourself. Do your healing work. Speak your truth. Own your values and what's important to you. Have boundaries and calmly put Old Lady Narky in her place. I'm a certified empowerment life coach. If you need help creating a strategy and navigating the treacherous waters of toxic and destructive narcissists in your life, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you. I want us together raising awareness about narcissism narcissistic abuse, and toxic relationships, because that is the way we will make the world a better place. Sending you all a big tight hug and lots of love, and I'll be in touch again soon.